Good morning, everyone, and welcome to freedailycoaching.com. Today is Friday morning. That means it's a Friday fiesta, literally a free-for-all where everyone and anyone that wants to come and participate is welcome to do so. Good morning and welcome to each and every one of you. I want to give some recognition to each and every one of the people that come on a regular basis, and I want to make it interactive this morning, as always. So let's look at the Friday free-for-all and what it is that each and every one of us did this week, what actions we took, and what results you got. And the purpose of today's call is to show that different people at different places in their business are taking different actions and sometimes getting different results. The idea is to be able to bring people together, to bring people in a community setting so that each of us can share what it is, what actions you took and what results, so that if you didn't get the desired reaction, if you didn't get the result that you were looking for this week, maybe it's as simple as making a few changes. A few changes can make a drastic difference in what the results are that you're receiving. So before we get into it, I'd like to ask each of you that want to come over this morning to go ahead and raise your hand if participating this morning is something that you'd like to do. Just go ahead and boop, put your hand up, and we'll start bringing some people over, and the only requirement is that you took some action. If you didn't get the exact result that you wanted, that's okay. As long as you took the action, that's what we're really looking for. So wait for a couple of hands. I know that there's a little bit of a delay, so I'll let that go, and I'm trying to really quick get up and flip my screen so I can get a better picture really quick. Awesome. All right. Now I can come back and see what's going on in the chat. Excellent. All right, I don't see any hands coming up yet. Let me see what we got in the chat. Good morning, everyone. Hearing. Good morning. All right, guys. Well, today is the Friday free-for-all is set up for you guys to all participate. Now, I can just tell you guys what I did and share my results with you, but the idea, excuse me, the idea is that you start sharing what you did and some of the results that you got, so that everyone can see that it's not just people that already have some momentum, that we can see different people in different stages of their business making a difference. So let's get some hands raised. Let's get some people over. I'm going to take a screenshot while we're here since, whoops. I need to take this picture over here because I took it yesterday and it was backwards. So I have and something fun going, and I took the picture and it was flipped around, so the free wasn't showing. I wanted to align it right. Free. There we go. Maybe I'll get one with my glasses in just a minute here. So really just waiting for a few of you guys to raise hands. If I don't have any raised hands, then that means, really guys, what that means is that no one took any actions this morning or this week, and that's kind of a bummer. That means that no one did anything this week that they're finding value in, that they think that they could share with others, that others may glean from that. And if that's the case, really, then I would suggest saying, hey, let's look at what it is that we did in our business this week, because that's the point of what we're doing. The point of what we're doing is learning, investing in ourselves, learning, and then teaching that to other people, right? Going out and taking some actions and getting a result, and then being able to share that with other people. And if we're not willing to do that, if you're not willing to do that, and if you don't want to be on camera or you're camera shy, you can turn your camera off and we can just hear audio. But if you're not willing to do that, then I would ask you to question yourself and say, hey, what is it that I'm doing this morning? What is it that I'm doing this week in my business? What actions am I taking, right? What actions are you willing to take to be able to get some results? And are you then willing to share that with other people? Because if you're not, you haven't taken any actions, then what did you do this week? You see, here, this Friday free-for-all, we're not here to judge. We're not here to critique or criticize and say, hey, that was wrong actions. What we're here to do is say, hey, what are the actions that you took, and what were the results that you got, and were you looking to get different results? Because if you were looking to get different results, then maybe we can make some suggestions. See, that's where this comes in. It's not about trying to make a critique rather than, or criticize rather than to really offer up some suggestions. So I'm bringing over a few people. I'm going to raise my chair a little bit here. There. All right. So I brought over a few people, and we'll see how long this goes with Nancy and Angel, and we'll see where we get. I'm going to open up the Q&A, so if you guys have Q&A, you can absolutely go over there and do so. Let's start with Miss Nancy, and then we'll jump over to Angel. Nancy, what we do, and as you know, is we talk about the action steps that we took this week, and then the direct results. So do you want to share what one of the specific actions that you took this week, and then the result that you got?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to Nancy, but we'll see if she can hear us. I am talking to you as well, Angel, but
okay.
I was going to see what Nancy had to chime in first. Nancy, are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can hear you.
Okay. Well, I was having some technical challenges, and I'm kind of a stubborn old bird, and I don't like to ask for help. And I finally reached out and asked for help. And when I did, I found, well, it wasn't as hard as I thought it was. So that was part of my action plan. The other thing, too, was I started calling people that were already customers, part of the Gerber code thing that we were doing here. And I found that by calling them, I actually got like 3 orders from, I called 5 people the one day, and I got 3 orders, and one lady asked me about something else that I was involved in, and I was talking to her about it, and she not only put in an order for the product she was already using, but also ordered another product. And it was because I actually reached out and called them. I didn't wait for them to do their auto ship and things like that. So that really did make a difference. Not that I don't normally check up on them anyway, but I made an extra effort this time to actually get out there and talk to them about the products that they were using, about the, you know, another one about one of the training programs she was in that we were both in, and how it was working for her. And that seemed to, I don't know, it kind of inspired me to do more. I'm still not where I want to be. I have a lot to learn still, and I still have some technical challenges, but I'm finding that when I reach out to people and ask, I'm getting the help that I'm asking for. So that to me is very important. That's a very big step for me, because I don't like to ask for help. So,
awesome. Well, thank you for sharing, Nancy. It's you know, I think that's a challenge that a lot of us have, and I know that I was talking to someone just recently, within the last week or so, and one of the concerns that this person had was that they hadn't reached out enough for help. They had all these resources around, and all of these people that were these amazing people, this community, this just amazing pool of resources, and they realized, you know, I was trying to do this all on my own. You know, I didn't want to ask for help. And it's just another great example that you showed us, Nancy, that when you do ask for help, when you do go and reach out, most of the time you're going to find the solutions to the challenges that you have. Most of the time, if you've built a good network of people, the people that you ask for help are happy to help you. Like, that's the whole idea of networking. If the people that you're asking for help, if it's like a struggle or it's like some kind of burden for them to help you, well, then maybe you need to network with different people. Maybe you need to be networking with the people that will help you, like the assistance that Nancy got. And I would highly recommend to each and every one of you, go out today, think of that one thing that you're kind of struggling on, and just go out today and ask someone for help and see how, although in the beginning it feels like it's this unempowering event, like somehow you're showing weakness, in the end, over the big picture, what actually happens, what really occurs, is you become stronger because you were able to ask for the help. In addition to asking for that help, you're then able to receive. The ability to receive is just as powerful, maybe even more powerful than the ability to be able to go out and give and share. If you can't receive, how are you going to keep on collecting good, awesome nuggets, right? Great, valuable information, new skills, new methods, new techniques, new approaches to things to be able to share with other people. Right? Think about that. It has to, the street, you cannot be on a one-way street here where you're like on Sales Boulevard and it just only runs north. That doesn't work. This has to be a two-way deal. Right? It has to, their information, knowledge, learning, everything has to be going both ways, in and out, right? To and fro. So let's go to our next guest. So thank you so much. And guys, obviously, everyone, I want everyone to go over. So this morning, here's an easy way this morning to go lift someone else up. Here's an easy way to go do something out of the ordinary, guys, that people normally don't do. This morning, go over to Facebook and say thank you to Angel. Go over to Facebook this morning and say thank you to Nancy for sharing this morning. So let's hear from Angel this morning. Angel, what did you do this week?
I did a couple of things, one that had good results and one that didn't. I did a webinar that I had some technical difficulties, so I ended up having to re-record, but I promoted an affiliate product afterwards, and I did get sales, so that was good. But then I did a Facebook ad for the same, like I did one of those video ads where I posted on Facebook on a post and promoted it, and I didn't, it's not even that I didn't get clicks, I didn't get it seen. Like when I would check my ad, it hadn't even been seen by very many people, so I'm just wondering what, like if I've done something that can be tweaked there, or if that's just normal for people.
So good feedback this morning. So first off, you did one thing which a lot of people are just afraid to do, right? You held a webinar, you did something, you took an action and did something. And that's huge because, check this out, guys, what Angel did was she promoted something and then like followed up, right? She promoted this webinar, she had the webinar and gave them an offer. Simple. And then guess what? She told us people took action. Now, this is the deal. If you're promoting a webinar, maybe you've promoted a webinar and you didn't get the action, the result that you wanted. Well, you got to look at a bunch of different things. Did you get enough people to the webinar? Did you get the right people to the webinar? Because if you're selling scrambled eggs on your webinar and everyone that comes to the webinar comes at 7:30 in the morning with a plate of toast and scrambled eggs, probably they're not buying your scrambled eggs. Now, if you sell coffee or cocoa or chocolate milk or tea or something that they might go with the scrambled eggs, you're going to have a lot better of a chance. Okay, so first you got to hear about how she implemented one thing and she got the result that she desired. And then you get to hear about, hey, she was going to try and promote this via a Facebook video ad, but she didn't get the reach that she wanted. Okay, that's what, guys, when you're breaking this down, if you're looking at it at Facebook ads in the columns of what we're talking about, what Angel described was not getting a big enough reach. Okay, the audience that the ad was in front of wasn't big enough, or the ad didn't So there's a couple different variables here. So with Angel's permission, Angel, would you like to maybe break that down just a little bit and see where it is that maybe we could tweak that?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, let's just make sure that, let me go over and make sure that no one else raised their hand. Let me see what's going on. Great point. If you don't use your Gmail, well, you can add a gravatar.com. There you go, Mark. I was just looking and wanted to see on the questions over here. Okay, so let me make sure with everyone, do we have your guys' permission to jump and kind of delve into just working over and kind of discussing on this, a Facebook ad? And great, Angel, that you brought this up, because I want to show you something that I think is going to prove a great point to you, okay?
Okay, awesome.
So I'm going to do a screen share in just a second so you guys can all see this, as long as everyone's cool. But I want to show you something. I actually I started an ad last night. Now, as most of you guys know, I don't do a lot of heavy advertising, okay? I rarely do paid advertising, and I'm just doing a few promo things right now to get some more engagement. That's it, right? Real small ads, like $5 a day, $10 a day, nothing big, and I'm just checking to see what people are going to want to see, okay? Now, when I did my ad, Angel, I broke it into 4 different ads, and let me tell you why. I wanted to break it into 2 categories originally. I wanted to break it to desktop newsfeed, so I was just running an ad to people that were using an iMac or something like I am, that are sitting at my desk. But then I wanted to run another ad that was just run to mobile, because there's so many people, like my wife does not have a computer anymore. My wife no longer, well, she does. That's not true. She does have like my old PC laptop, like if she needs to use Word or something, but she never surfs the net or does anything except for like literally Microsoft Word on that PC. So she's always on Facebook and everything on her iPad. So she's getting the mobile feed, which is what most people are getting, right? And if you think about this, at nighttime, how are people online? Mostly on tablets and phones while they're watching TV now. Now they're doing 2 things. They're watching TV and they're kind of scrolling, right? And some people have smart TVs, so they're scrolling on their TV. Okay, so I broke it into 2 ads there. The second thing I did, Angel, was I broke the ad. I don't advertise, this is just me personally, to anyone really under the age of 23. And it's mostly because I'm old. And I don't relate to them, and I just don't think I'm not saying that there's not people that are that young that are willing to go in business. It's just that's my like cutoff line when I'm advertising on Facebook. Yeah, so I did a 23 to 33 ad, the exact same ad, one for mobile, one for desktop. That's 2 ads. The other 2 ads are from 34 to 64, mobile and desktop, okay? So I've got 4 different ads. I started these out last night, and let me go over and show you. Let me see if Mark Humphrey Davies is coming over. Sorry, I had to sing that, guys. Mark, I'm going to invite you over, Mark, so come on over. Let me jump over. Angel, let me know when you can see my screen.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, I can see it.
Can you see me? What, can you see you? I was trying to tell you that you dropped off the webinar. Okay, guys, I'm going to go click over here onto my ads manager, and I'm going to show you something. I'm going to show you. I did this ebook. Okay, I've got an ebook ad. This is the ad set, guys. Okay, I've got 4 different ads. Do you see this? Right here, let me make it bigger. I don't know if you guys can see this, but I want you to be able to see this. All right, okay, so I started this last night. I have 4 different ads. Look at this one. This one has got 0 reach so far, Angel.
Right.
This one only has 8. This one only has 7, but then this one has 361. So Not all of, and each of them only at a 1% frequency, so people are still only seeing it once, right? So if I go over here, oh, I might have to make it smaller. If I go over here and I look, I can see what my spend was. I'm bidding differently, so I'm bidding per click. So you can see that my bid rate is different based on which ad it is, because different ads, Facebook told me that it's going to cost me a certain amount. Now this is what's really cool, guys. I want to show you guys this. This is pretty intense. 361 reach, right? You're like, wow, 361 reach. I only got 2 clicks so far, right? 2 clicks, guys. I just started this last night, so I'm getting 0.55% reach, not even a full percent. Okay? Now check this out, though, guys. And so everyone's like, oh my gosh, I don't know. Cost me 89 cents a click. I got 2 clicks, but I want to show you guys this. Here, I'll come back over to my face while I'm doing this so you guys don't have to watch me log in. I want to show you, oh, little babies. I want to show you guys exactly how efficient this can be and how real time this can be, and I want people to not get bummed out. I talked to someone yesterday that was trying to set up a call, and as most of you guys know, I've been doing this call now for over a year. Okay, it's been over 1 year that this has been a daily hangout. Before that, it was a telephone call. This call has been going since like the end of February of 2000 and, oh my goodness, 13. Right? So it's gonna at the turn of the year here, guys, it's gonna be like 2 years that the call's going, right? And the reason I'm sharing this is because the person told me, oh, I tried to do a call, but no one came to the call, so I gave up. Well, guys, no one came to the daily hangout for a while. When it was a telephone call, it was just me going to it, right? So I want to show you guys something. Hold on. I want to show you guys. Okay. I was trying to open up my back office and show you. I'm going to let Mark go because it's timing out. It's not going fast. I wanted to show you out of those two, just out of those 2 clicks, guys, I've gotten 1 lead. So I got 361 reach. Okay. Out of those 361, only 0.5% of people actually clicked on my thing. And out of those 2 people, only 1 of the people actually opted in. Okay? So don't worry if you're not getting the reach right away. You might have to let it run for a little while. You might also, if you're doing the paid bidding, you might have to go in and adjust your bid. Sometimes you'll be bidding, and then all of a sudden a guy like Mark will come in, and he'll be like, yeah, I'm running an ad, and he'll be doing it to the same exact category. Like, I'm just making an example. Let's say you targeted Angel during the Guru Code. Let's say that week that you're promoting the Guru Code. If you targeted fans of Diane Hockman and all of a sudden you saw the ad price go up to like $1.48, it was because all of us had the same idea. Hey, I'm going to advertise to Diane Hockman fans. Right? Well, when 27 people are all doing that, we were all just bidding against ourselves. I was like, watch, I'm going to outbid Mark. Then 20 seconds later, I'd go on there, and the bid would go up. So you might be that you're not bidding high enough, right? So this is a key. If it says bid range, let's say 35 cents to 84 cents, let's just say, think about this. You're rarely are you going to pay the whole 84 cents, okay? Rarely. So I always bid like a nickel to a dime higher than the max bid, because this is what it ensures me. If I'm the max bid, I'm getting my ad out there more than other people. Ultimately, that's all I care about. Think about this, guys. I know you guys don't want to spend $1 a lead or $2 a lead or $5 a lead, because if you spent $5 a lead and bought 100 leads and it cost you $500, you wouldn't want to call 500 beat up people that you didn't know. But let me say this, would it be worth it to spend the $1 a lead or $2 a lead if you knew it was going to be a solid lead? If you knew that you were going to build a relationship with a person? Absolutely it would. Absolutely. So those are a couple little things that you could tweak, Angel. Go and look at the bidding and then see how long you've actually had the ad going.
Yeah, well, no, you know what? I was optimizing for clicks instead of bidding for impressions. So maybe I'll go in and change that and see.
No. I'm optimizing for clicks too.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it's not giving me the option to bid. It's just automatically saying that Facebook will do the optimizing pricing for me. So I don't know.
So maybe when we're done here, just reach out to me on Facebook and we can do a little.
Okay.
I can show you some things. Maybe it just might be on how you're setting up the ad. So let's jump over. So guys, that's it. Now you got to see. See how simple this can be? Angel took some action, and then she just asked for some help. She doesn't have to give up Facebook ads and say, Facebook ads suck, they don't work, nothing works, this is crap. She just said, hey, I did something, I didn't get the result I wanted, can someone give me an assistance? Right? Just reach out to someone. Hey, can I get some assistance here? So awesome job. Thank you, Angel, for stepping up today and saying, hey, I don't know if I did this right, can someone help me? Because this is what helps other people so that they can see that it's not just them. So let's jump over to Mr. Mark.
Thank you.
Yeah, you bet. Mark, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, Bert, I'm good, thank you. Thank you very much. Hi, everybody.
It's great to have you here.
In Europe. Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So
yeah, actually, I'll have to.
Go ahead.
Go on.
No, you go.
No, hang on. Wait, there's a big time lag. I'm 6 hours away. No, I'm 8 hours away.
Mark, are you actually in France?
Yeah, I am actually in France. Hold on. Can I show you some real French people?
Yeah, show us real French people.
No, hold on. Well, no, because most people are at work.
Oh yeah, that is true. Well, listen, Mark, it's awesome to have seen that you jumped over and that you've been hanging out with us. Super excited to have you sharing with everyone. I know because I'm connected with you on Facebook and I've seen some of your postings and stuff, but not everyone here is. So why don't you share with everyone exactly what you what you shared with us in the group. So I'm sure everyone would love to hear those results.
Sorry, exactly what I'm what?
What you shared over in the group.
Oh, right. Yes. Okay. Well, listen. First of all, Bert, I want to give you a big shout out and say it's fabulous, mate, what you've been doing. And the fact that you talk about, when you first started these calls, I know why you started them. It was from the, can I say, the 100-Day Biz Builder.
Yeah.
And it was like the first time you'd really stepped up to the plate and thought, right, okay, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this properly. I'm going to just get totally involved. You either decide to do or not to do. If you decide to do, then you do it totally, full immersion. And I have to congratulate you because I know you've been a huge inspiration to so many people from the fact you just did that. And you didn't know what the hell you were doing at the start, but you plowed on and you just learned as you went. And because you were leading, you were always that little bit, a couple of steps ahead of everyone. And bingo, as well. And in fact, you've inspired me. I've been thinking about it for a few weeks now, and now the positive pressure of the Guru Code class and yourself and Nancy and other people I've been meeting and Felicia has finally pushed me into making that decision too. And I want to set up get the same thing going here in Europe. I think it's fantastic.
Well, first of all, thank you for the kind words, and it's my pleasure it's just my pleasure, exactly what you said. This was an assignment. I started this actually because I didn't know how to get points, and I didn't have it. This is the funny part about it, Mark, is it's gonna make me cry, bro. Like, you made me cry because I think back to that time, and I'm like, I did this 100-day challenge. And there was a thing where you got points for like teaching your team, and I was like, man, I don't even have a team. Like, I had no one, dude. I hadn't signed up a person, dude. I was like, man, I don't have a team. Like, what am I gonna do? And I looked around and I saw all the big people. Like, it seemed like all the big people. Okay, so when I say big people, I mean big. Okay, I don't mean some guy that's in your company that's doing good or some guy that made a couple bucks. I mean, I was looking at like the MLSP platform. They have a daily call, right? Ray Higdon does a blog every single day. Like, these big network marketing guys have like their own radio shows, right? Where they have a show every single day. So I was like, all right, if I'm gonna go big, I'm gonna have to go big, and I'm just gonna start the call. And there was a long time that it was just me on the call, and the reason it makes me get all emotional is because there was a lot of mornings where it's just me, or me and like one or two people, and everyone thought I was crazy, and they all thought like, what is this guy doing? Like, what a goofball! Who's gonna listen to that guy? And 2 years later, this free daily coaching call is probably my primary marketing channel. And look how many friends we get, like you said, look how many people we get to help. And that's really what it comes down to. So, wow, thank you for the kind words, and thank you for letting me remember. I sometimes forget. Like, it was rough those first couple weeks on the phone by myself.
I bet. But you're crazy, because I'm kind of a little bit crazy like yourself. Well, I think we're all crazy. Like Diane says, well, we're all what did she say? The troubadours and the fairies and the the misfits of society, because we can't accept it. We can't see any way into that's normal society. I was thinking about this morning actually as I was doing some personal development on my couch. I won't go there because I know you're on a time limit here. But hey, listen, don't say if I can just do something back to you, because I had a huge amount of, and that's the great thing about it. When you start getting compliments and comments from the group you're working with, like I had in the Guru class, it just makes it all worth it, and you suddenly realize, God, yeah, this is just all about communication. I mean, I've always been a people person. I used to be incredibly shy, like a lot of people. I still have that sort of deep down, but over a 24-year sales career, I sort of picked up techniques on how to combat that. And basically the thing was, I know network marketing isn't sales, but the thing about whenever you're feeling in an awkward situation, just deflect everything onto the other person. And that's all we're doing in network marketing is getting the people. Anyway, so what I wanted to say to you though was, they weren't kind words. I mean, yeah, it came across as kind, but I wasn't being kind, just to be kind. It was the truth. That's what I say. So be happy to receive the compliment as well, Bert, yourself.
Well, thank you.
But just quickly, well, I just wanted to come on and say hi and give you that, little accolade, and perhaps it could help others to know that, I mean, I've been around network marketing for many, many years, and I've been in and out, up and down, and it was only really recently when I started to get my head really in place and start to actually accept, it's all to do with the acceptance, and I'm sure you've covered this a lot over your show, your daily show over the past several months. It's getting to love yourself and appreciate yourself. I have worth. I'm valuable. Blah 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 blah. So my story for the week was, as I said in the group, that I found myself invited on to participate in a live hangout to help in another business I'm in, and I said, yeah, sure, I'll help out with that. And to my surprise, they said, well, Mark, we know you've been doing classes and courses lately, and how would you like to be the guy to talk about list building and attraction marketing? So suddenly found myself been perceived already as, well Mark's the list building guru for that group, and this is what we need to get used to, is the fact that it's all about, and then this is what has dawned on me after so many months and years even, that be comfortable in that role, and if someone perceives you as that, then fine, go with it, and even if you have it, just be comfortable in the fact that whatever you're learning today, someone else still has not learned, or they might have heard it from someone else, but it didn't make sense, and sometimes we need to hear it from someone else. Like when you hear from different teachers in school. I mean, did anybody have a teacher in? What was your least favorite subject in school, Bert?
If
you could think back that far.
I know, right? I was like, oh my gosh. I gotta admit, I did pretty well back in the day in school, but the thing that I really didn't like, the one that I didn't like to do was I absolutely despised English. Having to, I just, the rules and like putting the sentences and like having to read like the Grapes of Wrath. I was like, really? Like, can you give us something that's more tiring to read? Like, I'm getting depressed reading the book and tired, and now I'm starving to death, right? Like, what just happened to me? So yeah, I would say English.
Okay, and was any of that because you think of the, was it really the subject matter, or did you ever like change teacher one year and then find out, oh, suddenly this has become more interesting because somehow?
I did. It was because I got into a different class in high school, and I had this new teacher, Mr. Cole. I remember him. His name's Robert Cole, and all of a sudden he showed us like a whole different way to look at it. You know, it was like, hey, what about, he was like, instead of, I don't know, I don't really know exactly what it was, but he changed the perspective, like, hey, what if you could look at this and look at the literature, look at the stories, look at the books that you're reading from a different point of view. It didn't change my ability to write any better, but I enjoyed ingesting the information.
Right, and you know, this is what happens to us, you know, in any sort of learning situation, and in the network marketing industry. You know, I find that, I mean, that's why we all end up with different mentors, you know, or you might have a backup sort of side mentor because you'd like to just get a different take on something from time to time. Anyway, my thing was, so I got invited in on this hangout, and you know, intellectually, like a lot of people, like everybody here probably, you know, I understood the stuff intellectually, you know, but couldn't see myself, wasn't comfortable with seeing myself, you know, in the position of, you know, guru or expert or just simply teacher, you know. But being thrown into the deep end like that was the best thing for me. I mean, I did it because I just wanted to help out, and then I found myself suddenly this, you know, all this stuff I've been learning was coming out, and you know, with all the usual sort of enthusiasm and passion, and they loved it, and so it was a proving point to me that you do have to just not just dip your toe in the water. You got to just jump in and get wet. You know, you do have to just jump in and get wet. Yeah, it seems a little scary at first. Of course it does. Just like when you're learning to swim, you know, well, it's going to be cold, and you know, what if, you know, yeah, but you know, just do it, and you'll be surprised. You're going to float to the top, and you'll just start swimming naturally. So, yeah, that was the thing you were talking about, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's exactly it. And it's a great analogy. I never thought of it that way, but that's another great analogy. And you know me, I love stories, and I love to be able to put it into a story form. That's absolutely right. It's so exciting to get. You know, I want everyone here that's watching, if you're watching this, maybe you're watching the replay on Google Plus or YouTube, and you know we went a few minutes over. I want you to sit down and maybe you need to rewind. Maybe you need to go back and listen to what Mark talked about again. Maybe you need to go back and hear about the challenges that Nancy had on the technical difficulties. Maybe you want to go and hear how Angel, I want to say Angie, I'm like, I get every time my brain like goes in between, like which one am I supposed to say? Go back and look at and listen and hear how Angel experienced both sides of the coin this week. That she had this action and got the exact result that she wanted, and on the other side of the coin, she took another action and didn't get the result she wanted. And what I want you to do when you go back and listen is really identify where are you? Where are you in that cycle? Where are you in that ebb and flow? And when you can recognize where you're at, it's like you're surfing, you know? It's like once you're standing up, you know, until you get stood up on the board, everything's kind of hokey-dokey, right? You don't know what's going on. But once you're up, once you got the feel of it, now you're riding the wave, right? Now you're feeling it. Now you're feeling the motion of the wave. You're feeling the board carve into the water, right, as you turn and move, like when you're snowboarding or snow skiing. right? It's the same thing in marketing. You got to get on, like Mark said, you got to jump in the water, you got to get wet, you got to get into the water, right? Once you're in the water, dude, there's people everywhere, okay? You're not, it's this there's no don't worry about the sharks. Yeah, they're out there, but they're minimal, right? And there's lifeguards and people everywhere. And if you're willing to ask for help, like listen, if you swim way out into the ocean and you're not willing to ask for help, you're probably screwed, okay? I'm just being honest, okay? You're probably going to drown. If you don't know how to swim and you try to swim out in the ocean and you're not willing to ask for help, you're going to drown. But if you're willing to ask for help and just like be like, hey, I need help, guess what? People will help you. I'm going to tell you one last embarrassing story before we go this morning. And Mark, and I'll let you chime in. When I was a kid, I know this may come to some surprise to some of you that have met me face to face because I'm like 6 feet tall, maybe a little taller. But when I was a kid, I graduated high school. I was probably like 5'8", maybe, okay? And I weighed $127, okay? I weighed 127 pounds when I graduated high school. So imagine this is way before high school. This is in like junior high. So I maybe weighed about 80 pounds. And I'm swimming in the ocean on my surfboard, and there's a gnarly riptide. And no matter what I do, I cannot get back in. I literally don't have like the upper body strength to pull myself against the current to get back in. I can't even catch a wave to get back in. I'm getting sucked out like past the jetty. The jetty, guys, if you've ever seen the beach with those big long like piers of rocks every like quarter of a mile, those are jetties, right? I'm past that in distance. And I'm a little dude. At some point, I had to say, is it okay for me to look silly and ask for help? Because if I don't, I'm in a big world of hurt here. So at some point, I had to literally stand up on my surfboard and be like, hey, I need help, right, to the lifeguard. And they had to send the lifeguard boat because I was out there. And the like, how embarrassing in front of all your boys is it when you're like, yeah, dude, I had to get picked up by the lifeguard boat, right? But check this out. It was either ask for help and get the help or like maybe risk serious injury, right? Think about that in your business. Are you willing to ask for help or do you want serious injury? And in this business, what does serious injury look like? It looks like time and money bleeding out of your office, right? If you open your home office door, if you open your front door of your house because that's your home business, and all the time that you have and all your money just flew out the door, that's the same thing, right? It's the same exact thing. So it's like, hey, when are you going to raise your hand and say, hey, man, I just need some help? So great analogy. I don't know how that all of a sudden got me fired up on the surfing story, but it's like, hey, just are you willing to ask for a little help? And when you do, you'll be surprised at how amazing the difference can be.
Can I just say something quickly, Bert?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. What is because we've all been there, you know, we've all felt silly in the past. But I'd just like to say that, you know, that I wouldn't talk about. Yeah, okay, you know, yes, you could say prepare yourself to. It's worth feeling silly just for a second. But the point is that actually the person you're asking will not think of it as silly. So don't feel silly. So for me, I say to my people, look, silly doesn't come into it, and if you really inside yourself, if you just want to make yourself feel better, and not feel silly, then one little technique I learnt from sales actually was to say to the person, you know, oh hey, listen, I'm just beginning to look at X field or domain area, etc. And I'm told you're pretty good at it, or I'm told you're the man, you're the lady to ask. So you kind of you'll pay them a nice compliment, and then they're going to think, oh wow, that's nice to hear. Yeah, you know, sure. I mean, people are going to help you anyway, as you've said. But if people are really hung up about feeling silly, if you pay the person a compliment, say, oh hey, listen, I'm looking at whatever it's FB ads or whatever. I'm told you're the person to speak to about that. Can you help me out? You know, what are they going to say? Yeah, sure.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, guys, great call. Angel, Nancy, do you have anything to take us out on?
No, I think everything was good. It was a good call. Really good call.
Awesome.
Awesome help. Thank you very much, you guys.
Awesome. Well, guys, I want to make the last announcement for the day. Super fun weekend I've got planned, and I want to bring you guys into the mix. Here's what's going on. This morning, in about a half an hour, maybe a little bit plus or minus a few minutes, I'm going to go make a post in the Free Daily Coaching group. You'll see one on my fan page and on my regular wall. I'm actually going to be putting something together for a funnel that I'm making, and it's literally specifically going over what I'm gonna be talking to Angel about in Facebook ads, but even more specifically, what and how to go and talk to people. I'm putting together a little product, a little funnel, and I'm going to give you guys that are here this morning exclusive access. So when I make that post today, if you guys want to come over and watch me do it in real time, and then go and do it yourselves, I'll help you one-on-one. I'll walk you through it. It's called my 555 program, okay? It's 15 minutes. It's going to walk you right through how you can go and start generating leads today. Every single person that attends should, at a very minimum, be able to generate at least one lead today. The reason I'm inviting you is I would love that any of you that did come to write up a quick testimonial, just maybe a sentence or two, shoot a 30-second video, any of that. So I'm going to put that link out. It's going to happen within the next half an hour or so. I'm going to probably shave and maybe put on a collared shirt so I'm not in my pajama sweater. And going. That's what's happening today. Tomorrow, I'm just throwing this out here because it's fun. Tomorrow and Sunday is an urban homesteading fair here in our town. Well, tomorrow we're off the list, so tomorrow I'm going to probably not be around too much. I'm celebrating my anniversary tomorrow with my wife because my anniversary is really on Sunday.
Happy anniversary, Bert.
Thank you, sir. And then on Sunday, we got two things going on. If you live in my state, if you live here, you can come to my house, and we're having an open house urban homesteading fair. So literally, I know a guy from Denver who's coming down, right, that knows me online. So if you want to come to the Urban Homesteading Fair and you live in Colorado, get a hold of me and I'll let you know, and you can come by. Sunday night, be looking in your emails. Sunday night, I'm hosting a webinar. We're going to be doing it with Kate McShay and Andrew. So if you're into video, if you want to get into video, and you haven't purchased already from all the big names and this guy and that guy, but you're thinking about it, I would love to have you come and grab that, come over and hang out with Kate and I and see if that's something that you want to do. One of the bonuses that I'm going to be giving is similar to the training that I'm going to be doing today with you guys as a group. For those of you that decide that that's something valuable and that you want to show up, I'm going to be doing something similar as a bonus, but it's going to be a one-on-one. Imagine being able to have someone that you guys know has been able to master this method and this technique. Imagine having me live sitting next to you for an hour one-on-one and walking you through every single phase of this. How valuable would that be? Well, that's just one of the bonuses I'm giving away on Sunday. So today's class will be a preview. Check your emails because Sunday night I'll have that webinar going and that bonus will be available. So we have an exciting weekend. I want to highly encourage each and every one of you to go out and spend some time with your family. Go be with your friends as well, but get your marketing and everything set up so you can go do that and not feel like you're missing out, okay? Because if you feel like you're missing out, then there's something wrong. There's something going on that's not, everything isn't meshed up, okay, guys? Thank you so much, Nancy, for coming out this morning. Thank you, Angel, for joining us. I want to thank Mark for coming all the way from France. We can truly, truly, truly now say that the Free Daily Coaching Call has really gone international. We've got UK, we've got France, we had people from Israel coming over. So we can truly say that each and every morning, guys, that you're on an international marketing training call. And I want to thank Mark for making that possible. So everyone go out and have a great day. As always, if you have any questions or concerns, get a hold of me on the telephone, text me, email, or send me a Facebook message. And remember, go out and give a shout out to Angel, Mark, and Nancy for coming out today and participating. And you guys go out and have an amazing day. See you guys later.
Bye. Have a good weekend, everyone.
Thanks, Philip. Good weekend, everyone.
That was awesome. Bye.
Happy anniversary, Bert.